Hello everybody and welcome to the Crazy Poppy Ladies Secret Christmas Crochet Along. Now for this one it is going to be secret to all of you until you finish the picture what it actually is. So I really hope you enjoy playing crocheting along with me and working out what it is. Now for this one you are going to need white and black. Now they are a must, okay? You're going to need some saffron or an orange or a dark yellow, okay, and then you are going to need a light blue and a dark blue. Now these two colours you can change out to either pinks, reds, greens, whatever your favourite, whatever your colour is, or whatever you've got some spare of that you want to use up. But what you do need to do is have two different shades within the same colour, okay? Other than that, the only other things you're going to need is your faithful 4mm hook, your trusted scissors, a job load of stitch markers, and also your darning needle. But I left that in the other room, so I'll get that later. Right, so let's get on with your pattern. Now what I will say about the pattern is it is a corner to corner and it is an image within the pattern. I can't give you the sizes or anything yet as I haven't even started mine. But here we go, let's get on with it. Have fun everybody. Right, so as you've probably guessed, this is another corner to corner. So what we're going to do is place a slip knot on our hook, chain up 5, and then in the third chain from the hook you're going to place the double crochet. Once you've placed that double crochet into the third chain from the hook, we will now be placing a double crochet into the fourth chain from the hook and the fifth chain from the hook. So it will look like that one finished. Now we're going to chain up 5. Now this is the start of row 2. Right, so into your chain 5 we will be putting a double crochet. Ensure that you're holding your box that you've just created downwards, and then place your double crochet into the third stitch from the hook, and then one into the fourth chain from the hook, and then the fifth chain from the hook, and that creates your second box. Now to finish that off we are going to flip your box up, box number 1 up, sorry, and into the chain that was created along, that runs along the top, the chain 2 space, we are going to place this slip stitch. Now we're going to be working from there, so we will chain up 2. Right, so now we are going to place 3 double crochets around that chain 2 square, that finishes row number 2. So for row number 3 we will be chaining up 5, and again we will place a double crochet in the third chain from the hook, another one in the fourth chain from the hook, and your final one in the fifth chain from the hook. So it will look like that. We now flip row 2 over and pop a slip stitch in the first chain 2 space. There we go. And then chain up 2, place 3 double crochets around the chain, and then slip stitch around that first chain on the next square. Chain up 2, 3 double crochets around the chain. And your work should look something like this. Right, so now we're going to carry on until we have a total of 11 rows. I will see you when you've finished. Right, so here we are at the end of row 11. So when you lay out your work, your last square should be running along the base of your work. Now this is where I like to add a stitch marker, just so I know which end is top and which end is bottom. I place my stitch marker on the 10th square up. That way it means I can also keep a check of how many rows I've done very quickly, just by counting my stitch markers. There we go, so that is row 10 and row 11. Right, so now we are working onto row 12. Now for row 12 you are actually going to be adding in your saffron / orange or yellow into the mix. So we are going to first create our first 2 blocks, and on the 3rd block we will be adding in the colour. I'll see you in a moment. Right, so you've just completed your 2nd block. You are now going to take your saffron, okay, place a slip knot on your finger, and now we are going to run the saffron through in place of the slip stitch that would join the 2 squares. Okay, now we'll just do the chain up 2 and then carry on with our square. Now what you could have done is carried your white, but at this point I really don't see the point in carrying the white, because you're going to end up having to add another ball of white very soon anyway. So I am just going to grab another ball of white and then add that on to block 4 in the same way that I added the saffron. Okay, chain up 2 and then carry on. Now the rest of this row is now white, so what I'm going to do is jump off and come back to you when it's complete. I'll see you very soon. Right, so here we are back for the end of row 12. So let's do our little box count. We are working from the bottom to the top. You did 2 white, 1 saffron, and then 9 white. Right, let's get on with row 13. Right, so to pick up the colour, all you do is pop your hook through the chain, making sure you've still got your original colour on your hook. You scoop the colour up from behind and pull it through, and that is it. And then we just carry on chaining. Don't worry about this being really loose, because as you work along or on your return travels, you will pull it tight, thus creating the box and making sure everything is cushy. So Let me just finish this one box and then I can show you it again. So you've completed your box. Now gently tug the white the colour that you're going to be bringing forward. Just run a slip stitch through to pick it up and chain 2 and then carry on your box. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, give it a rewind, watch it on slow, and hopefully that'll work out for you. If not, pop over to one of my other corner to corner blankets and there'll be something a little bit clearer on one of those. Right, row 13. For row 13, you're coming down your work. You will do 10 white, 1 orange and 2 white. Right, here we are back for row 14. Now for that, your box counts are going to be 2 white, 2 yellow, 4 white, add in your black, so that is 4 black, add in a white and then do 2 white. So I'll say that again, 2 white, 2 orange or yellow, 4 white, 4 black, 2 white. Right, so for row 15 we are going down our work. Your box count is 2 white, 5 black, 4 white, 2 saffron and 2 white. Right, here we are for the box count for row 16. For that you are working up your work. You will do 2 white, 2 saffron, add in black for 2 black, carry the white, so you've got 1 white, and then you have 6 black and 2 white. So I'll say that again, it is 2 white, 3 saffron, 2 black, 1 white, 6 black, 2 white. Right, so here we are for row 17's box count. For this you are working down your work. You will do 2 white, 6 black, 1 white, 4 black, 2 saffron and 2 white. Can you guess what it is yet? Right, so here we are back for row 18. For row 18 we are working up our work. You will do 3 white, 12 black and 3 white. Now at this point we cut off the saffron, we cut off one of the whites and we cut off one of the black. So literally just work all the way up, and if you don't want it, give yourself a decent tail though to be able to sew in a few rows time. Right, so here we are back for row 19. Now with row 19 you are working down your work. You will do 3 white, 13 black and 3 white. Here we are back for row number 20. So for this one you are working up your work. You're going to do 3 white, 13 black and 4 white. Now is also a good time to flip your work over and sew in them pesky ends. Right, and here are the box counts for row 21. For this we are working down our work. You are going to need to do 4 white, 14 black and 3 white. Right, we're back for row 22. For this we are working up our work. You're going to do 3 white, 5 black, add in a white and do 3 white, add in the black, do 7 black, and then 4 white at the end. Right, so we're back for row 23. For this we are working down our work. You will do 5 white, 6 black, 5 white, 4 black and 3 white. Right, so we are now working on to row 24. For that you're working up your work. You will need to do 3 white, 4 black, 7 white, 5 black and 5 white. Right, so here we are back for row 25. For that we will be working down our work. You will do 5 white, 4 black, 9 white, 4 black, add in your saffron and do 1 block of saffron and then do 2 white. Back for row 26. For this you are working up your work. You will do 2 white, 1 saffron, 4 black, 10 white, 3 black and 6 white. Row 27. For this we are working down our work. We are going to do 6 white, 3 black, 11 white, 3 black, 2 saffron and 2 white. Back for row 28. For this we are working up our work. You will do 2 white, 2 saffron, 3 black, 6 white, 2 in your chosen colour A, which is the dark colour. So of course you're going to add one on there, add that colour on. Then add on a white and do 4 white, 2 black and 7 white. Right, so we're back for row 29. For this you're working down your work. You are going to need to do 7 white, 2 black, 4 white, 3 of your colour A, 6 white, 3 black, 2 saffron and 2 white. Right, so we are back for row 30. For this one we are working up our work. You're going to need to do 2 white, 3 saffron, 3 black, 5 white, 3 colour A, 5 white, 2 black and 7 white. Right, so we're back for row 31. For this we are going to be working down our work. Now from this point on I'm going to be evil to you all. I am rolling the picture as I go. So you won't get to see the full effect until you've finished it. But there'll be enough here so that you can see that you're going in the right direction. Right, so let's get back to the count. So for this one we are working down our work. You are going to need 8 white, 2 black, 4 white, 3 of your colour A, 6 white, 3 black and 5 white. Now at this point cut off your saffron, put it to one side because you will be using another small amount of it later on in the pattern. Right, so here we are back for row 32. For this you are going to be working up your work. You're going to need 6 white, 2 black, 6 white, 4 colour A, 4 white, 2 black and 8 white. Right, here we are back for row 33. For this we are working down our work. You are going to need another little ball of your colour A, and you're also going to be cutting off your black from the previous row on this row. Keep the black to hand because it will be coming back into play later on in the pattern. So for this row we are working down our work. You're going to need 8 white, 2 of your colour A, 4 white, 4 of your colour A, 6 white, 3 black and 6 more white. Right, so here we are for row 34. For this one you will need an extra white and a blue. So prep that before you start. And then when you're ready, we are going to be working up our work. You are going to need 7 white, 2 black, 4 white, add in a blue and or your colour A, and do 2 squares, add in a white and do 1 square. Then we're going to do 3 more blue, 3 white, 4 blue and 8 white. Right, so my project's getting a little bit big now for me to roll it to hide the pattern. So I'm covering. So this is a row 35, and for this one we are working down our work. Now you will need to do 8 white, 6 of your colour A, 1 white, 3 colour A, 1 white, 3 colour A, 3 white, 3 black and 7 white. One more row to go till we hit the corner, guys. Right, so here we are back for row 36. Now for this one we are working up our work. You will need to do 8 white, 2 black, 3 white, 4 colour A, 1 white, 2 colour A, 1 white, 6 colour A and then 9 white. Right, so here we are back for row 37. Right, for this one we are working down our work. This is also our first decrease. Now we are decreasing at the bottom of your work. Right, so as you're coming along you will do 1 less square. Nice and simple, this decrease. So our box count for this one is 9 white, 1 black, which you need to add in. Then you will do 8 colour A. Now you will also pick up your second row of you will also pick up your second ball of blue, so cut one of them off. Also take away the white from the previous row. Then we will carry on up for another white, 4 colour A, 3 white, 2 black and then only 8 white. So let me say that again for you. There is 9 white, that's 9 white, 1 black, 8 colour A, 1 white, 4 colour A, 3 white, 2 black and then only 8 white. Right, so here we are coming up for the last square, which you'll have just made. You slip stitch into your bottom square, like that. Turn your work, and then into the top of the double crochets here, we are going to place a slip stitch. So that's 3 slip stitches into the top. Just like that. Now we chain 2, turn your square slightly, and you will see that you have your normal placement here. Now what I like to do, because it makes it a bit neater, it's a little trick I've learned on my last blanket, is you place your first stitch into the place where you slip stitched. So that's number 1, and then number 2 and 3 around the chain. Okay, so that creates your box, and then slip stitch into your next. I'll be back in a moment with the box count for this row. Right, so here we are back for row 38. Now for this one we are working up our work. You'll be removing one of your colour A and adding in a white on this row, sorry. Right, so our box count is 8 white, 2 black, 2 white, 11 colour A, 2 white, 2 black, and then 9 white. Right, so here we are back for row 39. For this you are working down your work. You are going to need your second option colour. I'm going to have to call it C. Right, so we have got in this row 8 white, 1 option C or your light blue, 2 black, 5 white, 8 option A, 2 white, 4 black, and 6 white. Right, so this is the end of video number 1. Video number 2 will be up with you next week. I hope you've enjoyed following along with me, and I can't wait to see your completed photos once we get to the end, so we don't spoil it for anyone that's sneaking up behind us that hasn't worked out what the picture is yet. And talking about those sneaking up behind, on the top of the screen now will be the link for video 2. For any of you that are a little bit early, as I said, that's up next week. And your second video will have rows 40 through to 84. I know it sounds like a lot, but remember the last section of it will be a nice big chunk of white. So if you get on with sewing in some of your ends, and leave that blue one alone, alright, just solely because you want to leave a gap of about 3 rows in between each set of ends, because it makes it look nice and neat.